different reasons. This is why Islam is best friends with liberalism. For different reasons. You see, the end of Islam is different than the end of liberalism, but they have an intermediary endpoint goal. The end of Islam is the institution of the Ummah, the Sharia. This is the red-green alliance, where the Marxists, they want to deconstruct, bring us back to a primitive state of nature that we will then be able to rise up without any of the racism, the patriarchy, and we'll all be able to live freely and run through the hills without clothes listening to John Lennon songs, and we're all going to be fine, and love is love while we do LSD. In some sort of weird creation of their mind, that is what liberals want to bring. But it ends up being hell on earth, not heaven on earth. It ends up being closer to Seattle than Seoul, South Korea. But secondly, this is where the Islamists work in perfect harmony with the liberals, because they have an intermediary telos, not an ultimate destination, but they have an intermediary endpoint. The intermediary endpoint for the Islamists is, well, we have to unwind this entire Western project. We have to decouple all of this. And you see this all throughout Europe, by the way. Women in France now have to wear extra clothing on the subway to protect themselves by being groped by illegal aliens. We should play that video. Life does not have to be this way. All throughout France, women have to wear extra clothes because third worlders are groping them. It's called the subway shirt. That is brought to you by the European elites. And by the way, I have a great document here. This is accelerating at a rapid pace in Europe right now, just so we are clear. The right-wing populist movement is growing very quickly in Europe. It's not slowing down, it's accelerating. There is this agreement amongst those in the European leadership elite, like, yeah, this immigration thing was way too much. We did way, way too much. And it's true. It's only older European boomers who prop up old liberalism in Europe. And basically they're like, hey, keep it going until I die. Keep the checks going. That's European boomers. Muslim-aged school children in European capitals is up 43% in Amsterdam, 52% in Brussels, 41% in Vienna, 37% in London. But why do this? Well, liberals imported a bunch of Muslims for a lot of different reasons, but the obvious one is that they hated Europe. Get rid of Europe. The idea of a European identity is something that they fundamentally can't stand, and they held white guilt without the Christian practices to be able to deal with guilt. Here is a combination. You should write this down and remember it. Guilt without Christianity equals really, really bad liberal ideas, because you have to assuage your guilt.
Here's a great hack for whitefish.